Today we will be replacing the rear brakes and rotors of this 2010 Ford Mustang. Now I already jacked up the car to save us time for this procedure. Before we start, make sure you choke your tires so your vehicle doesn't roll off by accident. There are two 13mm bolts that is holding the brake piston in place, so use a 13mm socket to remove them. First one. It's loose. And there's two. Now use a screwdriver or a pry tool to open up the brake caliper or the brake piston. Now don't let the brake caliper just hang by the brake hose, so use a block of wood or a brake hanger to rest it in place. For me, I'm using one of a jack stands that I have to hold it in place. Now take off the brake pads. Okay, for the brake caliper bracket, there's two 15mm bolts that is holding it in place. So use a 15mm socket or wrench to remove them. There's the first bolt. And there's the second one. Now you can remove the brake caliper bracket. With the brake caliper bracket out of the way, now you can remove the brake rotors. Here's a side-by-side comparison of the old brake pads and rotors and the new brake pads and rotors. Check and clean the caliper bracket. Make sure that the caliper sliders are moving freely and are not seized or stuck, and that the rubber boots are not torn. Now, if you have new replacement parts, replace the old ones. Also, use lubrication as needed. Before I put in the new rotors, I'm going to clean the wheel hub so that there's good contact between the wheel hub and the new rotors. Now let's compress the brake piston. Now my recommendation is get the proper tools to compress the brake piston, because the proper tool allows you to turn and twist the piston. If you use improper tools like a long nose or pliers to push this in or turn it, you might damage the ridges on the piston or damage the rubber boot on it. So just buy the proper tools. It is not that expensive. So the thing you do is with the ears on the tool, put it in on the ridges. Well, put this bracket first because you need leverage later. Then you can adjust it with this. We adjust it to be away from the piston first. I will sit the ears on the piston so you can see it is seated. Now when it's properly seated, expand this so it locks in place. And when it's secure, then turn the lever to twist it clockwise. It may be hard at first if you haven't done this for a long time or this hasn't been replaced for a long time, but it's part of the job. So adjust.
Yes!
That's good enough. Once you're done compressing the piston, make sure that the ridges are positioned up to down, not side to side. Because when you put the brake pads in, the slots on the brake pads would need to be in the ridges. So this has to be positioned up to down. Now let's put in the new rotors. With regards to the slotted rotors, always check with the manufacturer specs on the direction of the slots. Some are designed to go with the rotation, some are designed to go against the rotation. It really depends on the engineering designs. Even with knockoffs, the company they copied the rotors from should at least know the rotational direction of the rotors. This one in particular, they specify that the slot should go with the rotation of the wheels, which is why I'm installing it this way. Always go with what the manufacturer says. So next, I'll put a lug nut first to hold it in place while we put in the brake caliper bracket in the brake caliper. Before putting in the caliper bracket, let's dab some tread locker on the caliper bolt. Not too much, but enough to keep it in place. Now let's reinstall the caliper bracket. Tighten the bolt to 85 foot-pounds. Insert the new brake pads. If you recall, I said that there's ridges that needs to match the brake caliper piston. So if it doesn't match and it won't fit in, just adjust the brake piston so that it would match the notch on the brake pads. So now I'm just gonna adjust it slightly to match the brake pads notch. Now insert the brake piston. Put some tread locker on the brake caliper bolts. Tighten the caliper bolt to 24 foot-pounds. Do the other side as well, as it is recommended to do both sides at the same time. And that is how you replace the rear brakes and rotors on a 2010 Ford Mustang. My name's Jeff, and thank you for watching.